What is going on? You already know this is ATAS, episode number 82. We out here. You already know. First one of the new year. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. All of that. But we're going to jump right into it. We're going to be daydreaming tonight. Daydreaming in the nighttime. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay, I see where you're going there.
So I'm going to allow my co-host to introduce himself.
Well, it's your boy Tipsy Japan back with another episode of ATAS across time and space. It's good to see you all for episode 82 over here on Cross Culture. Man, it feels good. 82. I know some people born in 82. Thinking about time and space. Who? Do you know anybody from 82? That's like my generation. I mean, it's our generation, but it's like slightly
somebody
older for me.
Gotta know somebody.
I know somebody to know somebody to know somebody. All right. Got my Kiwami today. Don't have my cup. You probably got your cup ready to go. Yeah, man, it's good to be back over. It's a brand new year. It's 2024. Ooh, I see what's in your cup. You know what's crazy?
24.
Like, that's the cup. That's the cup right there. I was trying to get that cup into a nice, what do you call it? It's like a thumbnail, all right, for the show. So I asked ChatGPT. I said, ChatGPT, take a look at our faces.
Oh, no. You and ChatGPT.
ChatGPT this month, right? I said, look, take a look at our faces and then put that into a nice thumbnail. And man, ChatGPT can spell. DALL-E can't. I learned that. DALL-E is trash. It has absolutely no idea about anything related to spelling. So it was crazy. But they work together on ChatGPT 4. And yeah, it is what it is.
Ooh. Falling.
We're here.
Falling in love with the show right now.
Falling in love with the show. Right.
Falling in love with the show right now.
Yeah, man. It's it's a good time to be over here. Thinking of New Year's resolutions. Just 1 week ago today, I was at church. All right, and we went through all the New Year's resolutions. I don't know if this is like gonna be one of those New Year's specials, but one of the things I'm working on this year is my weapon. All right, which is the voice. All right, there's a excellent app called Vocal Image. I'm giving the app some props here. They're not paying me. This is crazy. The app's called Vocal Image, and it shows you these images of people practicing their voice, and they tell you what to do in these exercises for 2 to 3 minutes. And I said 2 weeks ago, that going into the new year, this is the last time you're going to hear my voice before Vocal Image. After Vocal Image, I want you to look back and say, all right, wow, Tipsy Japan sounds a little different. He sounds a little more masculine. He has more control over his weapon. All right, this is my weapon.
His weapon, huh?
Yeah, man. Now you taught me some good things that I can do to warm up my voice, but this taught me just a few more and actually like got it into practice. One interesting one, you might probably know this, is like, it reminds me of Resident Evil.
What the heck?
All right, so
Resident Evil.
So Resident Evil 1 and 2, way back on the PlayStation 1 or N64, depending on whatever console you had it on. The way that the game was set up is similar to Final Fantasy VII in that you had a stable or set background and sprites moving around on that background, right? But when they showed the door animation, it was actually a fully 3D looking image, and they had a sound from a real door. And Vocal Image tells you to make a sound that's similar to that. They're not telling you to make one like Resident Evil 4. They tell you to make a sound like this. And they really have you drag it out. Right? So doing that again and again, you actually warm up your voice to be able to make that husky, that little husky thing down there. And the folks apparently like it. All right? You can actually see a graph of where your voice is moving and pitch and volume and, all this technical stuff that y'all probably ain't all that interested in. You just want to hear my voice sounding good. So when you put this up on Spotify, you think, The reason, there's a reason for that. There's another reason that you can see my mic is right side up. For the last 3 years, or the last 3 seasons of ATAS, it has been upside down.
Upside down.
Yeah. I had a setup where the whole thing was upside down. It was like, yeah, I'm singing to the mic and in the shower. And now it's right side up, and maybe it sounds a little better. It's one piece at a time. I was listening to the Beast, and he said, "You're gonna do like 100 episodes, and they're gonna be trash. Okay, make 100 videos. It's fine. And until you make 100, it doesn't even matter. Every time, just improve one thing. So that's the resolution. Let's make it better."
Okay. All right. Ain't no problem with that. I mean, just know that when we get to episode 100, we will only have made 50 individual videos with this setup.
Of ATAS. With this particular setup. But you got things coming out over there on the talks. I got things coming out there on YouTube and IG. I've done a couple study sessions, and that's been interesting too. Big ups to the folks who are listening to Cross Culture right now. If you got the link and you the notification, you turn on the bell, and you say, "Hey, Tipsy Japan is over there." I've got an extra 3 subscriptions, in the last 2 weeks.
That's great.
Talking
That's growth right there.
It's been nice, like just opening up the live lines. Hey, you got me started.
The thing is that I was looking at one of my favorite YouTubers, and they were saying that you actually do lose subscribers as you're going on. Maybe they heard one thing and it's like, oh, it's not this is what this channel is going to be about, and they hit that subscribe button, and then that was just kind of like a one-off episode, or it was just something that was being talked about in that episode. And then it's like, oh, well, this isn't for me anymore, unsubscribe. This person, this YouTuber, I'm not gonna shout them out because it's not really about them, but it's about the algorithm and all of that good stuff. They lost thousands of subscribers. Thousands, tens of thousands of subscribers. And I'm just like, man, if I could just keep a solid 100, I'd be great.
Man, I'll tell you this. If I had 100 lasers in my life, I'd be set.
Good to go.
That's like the whole lake is just lighting up. I'm imagining water pulse lasers going across. Like from 100 different sides. I mean, the image of that is
good stuff.
Blowing my mind right now. That's good stuff.
Real good stuff.
And we appreciate, we do appreciate the support. We do appreciate hitting the like and subscribe button. But hey, if you're not about the show and you're like, you know what, I'm not interested in these guys anymore, then unsubscribe so we don't feel like we were talking to you. All right. We want an active audience. All right. We want you to come back to the show and be on the ride with us. All right. If you're in the back seat, and that goes regardless of this show or any show. Don't be in the back seat of your life and letting somebody drive it for you. Get up there in the passenger seat or get in the driver's seat yourself. Put that phone down and look where you're going. All right. And then sometimes it's okay to get in the passenger seat and let somebody else drive because they're going to take you to somewhere interesting. All right. I'm being metaphorical, folks. But it's a brand new year and I'm live. I'm ready. What are we talking about today? What's the soup du jour?
I already know. We're talking about disrupting the game.
Yeah.
From the Bronx to the top of Nintendo. Reggie Fils-Aimé, chapter 14. Well, we're going to throw a little twist on it because the first show of the new year. So we're going to have a little bit of a New Year's lens that we're looking through with this chapter.
Okay.
All right. So
New Year's lens. What's that?
New Year's lens. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. Just make sure that you hit the questions when they come up.
Okay.
So the title of this episode is New Gear? Happy New Gear?
I see you're going there.
So define gear.
Gear. Define gear.
Define gear.
There's two types of gear. One is one that you consider a tool.
Okay.
Right, to help you to do something, some kind of equipment, right? It's I guess a short word for equipment. And then the other type of gear is just the things that you wear, right? Oh, you got some nice gear on there, right? So yeah, I guess either way, it's wearable, or it's an extension of your will. It's an extension of your will. I'll say that.
It's an extension of your will?
Yes.
Gear is an extension of your will?
That's the overlying.
That's your final answer?
Element. That's the overlying element. Yes.
That's your final answer?
Yeah. Like the gear I got on my arm right here. Ooh, brand new color for the new year. Cool. Yeah, this gear, right, is an extension of my will to have like smart devices that match my characteristics and help me to do the thing that I want to do. These
okay.
Objection.
It seems like you're trying to wax philosophical, but it's not that serious.
I'm not even trying. The closer you get to 40, the more philosophical you feel.
I'm not trying. I'm always this philosophical. Get like me.
I can't help it.
So, 3 different types of gear.
3. Okay.
3. So you have an actual sprocket, which is a gear. You have the things that you wear, which are an extension of your inner self. Right. I mean, hopefully I'm not going to be that guy, but I growing up, I got a lot of hand-me-downs from you. So my gear was an extension of your inner self, which become my inner self by extension of wearing the gear.
Those were all thanks to gears in my mother's mind, all right, and your mother's mind as well. Those gears were at play long before
they were turning.
Yeah.
So the third gear is actually the changing of sprockets. So you got a bike, you want to get into 3rd gear. You want to get into 4th gear. You have a car, you got 6 on the floor, You know what that means? You got 6 on the floor, you got 3 in the tree, you got 4 on the floor, you got 3 in the tree. Gears. So not only talking about, new man, new clothes. Yeah. We're not only talking about where you fit into society, where you fit into your job, where you fit into your family. But we're also talking about ramping it up. Maybe you haven't been going as fast as you want last year, but we got to ramp it up. We got to change gears. Yeah, so you're talking about those 3.
Okay, all right. I mean, I can follow the 3rd gear. It feels like that 3rd gear is actually a metaphor on the 1st gear, but we can do that. Like we're changing sprockets. We're moving from the smaller sprocket to the bigger sprocket that makes it easier to move forward. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But I mean, you would call it like 4th gear, 5th gear. And I'm not talking about Luffy right now, but you ain't hear from me.
Oh, you
gear 5.
Okay. With the One Piece.
With the One Piece reference, yeah. We out here. We all around. We're not just saying one thing and only preaching one thing. We know other things.
Now you're waxing.
No.
All right.
I'm not waxing philosophical at all. I'm just saying we're not a one-trick pony here. We don't just talk about one thing.
We don't talk one-dimensional. That's just not the way it works. It's across.
We out here across time and space.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
All right. So in this chapter, Reggie is talking about the dawn of the 3DS era. And that right there, just that in of itself is already changing gears. You want to bring 3D to a handheld device. Mind you, this is when he talks about Avatar and how Avatar, the movie, Blue People, I always have to say, Avatar Blue People movie, the first one was in IMAX and IMAX 3D along with regular viewing. And because that movie grossed so much when it was in 3D, it really changed the game. And you have people going with 3D glasses, with 3D TVs in their own homes. That was a big thing for a while. Okay, so we're on this 3D kick. Why can't it be in a handheld? That's what Nintendo was like. Why can't it be right here?
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. You know, that movie Avatar did like change the game for a lot of people, and for the industry, like this different type of sci-fi. You know, big impact there, and the the DS and 3DS, like that made it so like you're gonna have this shift towards mobile gaming on the phones anyway, right? But hold on. Gaming companies can still do this thing, and they can do it really well. Let's bring this device instead, and have that as part of your daily gear. I still don't consider. Yeah, it's part of your will, right? The 3DS and the DS.
Your will? Part of your will? I don't know about that.
Will, yeah. I think still, yeah. Because the pen is mightier than the sword, and it's mightier than the thumb too. All right, on that system.
Calm down. Calm down.
Look,
just because it came with a stylus, you're trying to go that route, man. Come on.
No. Like seriously, I'm playing a game right now, a study game for the kanji kente test, right? And the DS version of that game was good. The Switch version, like it looks nicer. The sounds are reminiscent of Ocarina of Time for some reason. Yeah, I'll play some of it for you. Maybe behind the scenes or something, because I don't want to derail. But it sounds really nice. But the touch controls are not as good, or not as tight as they were back on the DS.
I see. All right. That is odd though for that gear switch, you know, from the DS to the Switch, for it to be lacking. You know, you have more hardware, you have more capabilities, you have, you know, the Joy-Con.
But do you have Street Pass?
Maybe having some innovation with that, but switching the gears still, in your opinion, did not make a better game or a better tool.
Yeah. Not in all regards, right? Because remember we had Street Pass? You don't have Street Pass on the Switch. It's not like you're just suddenly playing with people right there with you. You know, what's going on? There are all these little games that just start up right away, you know, and you could just take off with it.
Yeah,
it was a different.
I miss Street Pass.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Those are different times.
Nintendo really dropped the ball on that one. I feel like that was, you could go halfway around the world and just meet people without meeting people, and it was just so different, so innovative. It really was different, and I really loved it. And then they took it away from us.
Yeah. It was an awesome feature, but you know, I mean, the current version of it, yeah, you can play with people in your local area, kind of. Maybe you can. I don't know. I just haven't seen something like that on the Switch yet.
Oh yeah, you can.
You can.
So if you take the example of Pokemon, you have to turn on the online mode. And the reason for that is because you could, if there's 3 other people in the same room as you, you don't have to be online to connect with those 3 other people. It natively, once you turn it on, it's automatically looking for local Switch systems in the same room.
Okay.
And then once you hit that L button on the pause screen, then it'll connect to Wi-Fi to look worldwide. So it's kind of the same thing as, what do we have? not Swap Note, before Swap Note. What was before Swap Note?
Yeah, I remember that little Swap
The
Note
the
thing.
chat room thing where you could sign into the chat room and then you could, message and all of that. It's kind of like that, but nobody really uses it because chances are you don't have 4 switches in the same room.
Yeah.
I'm not meeting up with people to play Switch. Hey, you got the time? Let's get on in our respective houses and trade some Pokemon or take on a battle or do these different things. And I don't have to be in the same spaces people to do that. Yeah. All right, so Water Pulse Laser checking in. Picto Chat. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Picto Chat.
Now, did it have an
Shout
orange?
out to Picto Chat.
Did it have an orange icon that you click to get into it?
Orange icon.
And white.
I think so.
I was playing with the Japanese version of the game, and it had a different name. But I think there was like this little cute girl kind of character or something that went with it.
Oh no, that's Swap Note.
That's Swap Note. Okay.
That's Swap Note. Definitely Swap Note. Yeah. Swap Note was okay. It was a little bit better in some regards. But having that just be able to jump on and it's already looking for. But that's the thing. Swap Note was global. It's like if it was on your friends list, then you were okay. But for Picto Chat, it was only local.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay. Well, now we have that answer.
Okay.
Let's move on a little bit. So, disrupting the game. We already know that things are getting disrupted, but Reggie talks in this chapter specifically about financial disruption. Financial disruption. And I only have 2 more points. This point and another point. Because I didn't want to bog it down too much, but I want to keep that New Year's flavor.
Okay.
Disruption for the win. Because when Reggie was talking about the price point for the 3DS, I almost got upset. I wanted to punch my phone because I bought this thing the day that it came out, and I bought it for $300. When I heard that it could have been cheaper, I was like, "Yo, Nintendo, what are y'all doing?" But the way that pricing works in Japan, and I didn't know this, is extremely different from the way pricing works in the West. And I didn't know that there was such a disparity between the two philosophies, that having something cost, $219 is okay in Japan. In America, if it's like Reggie said, if it's above 100, then it needs to end in $49.99 or $99.99. Nobody wants to see $219 price tag. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What the heck? Yeah. Well, why not just make it $199? That's just Western thinking. But that thought process had to get disrupted, because when the 3DS was introduced, it was $299.99, right? Then they had to lower that price, and Nintendo lost millions.
They lost
because millions, billions, probably, because not only did they have to lower the price, but they had to give away free software. And in previous chapters, you hear Mr. Iwata saying, like, we don't give away our software for free.
Yep.
But then that ideal had to get disrupted, along with the financial ideal had to be disrupted. And it's just like, whoa.
Well, you know what? He had to put the system in people's hands, right? That's the most important thing. Like, you can't just, you may have a great idea, creative wise, but the audience needs to try it out. You need to get them in, right? One way or another. And people like feeling like they got free stuff, or feeling like they got more than they bargained for, whatever it is. That's the exchange of goods and services, right? You're gonna give up this dollar for something that you think the value is worth $2 or $3, right? It's only $1. Hey, take this money. I don't need this. I need that, right? So, if people could feel that the DS is going to provide some kind of experience that's greater than the money that they're charging for it, well, yeah, go ahead, take the money. I want the experience. And yeah, I mean, the DS did provide that, but you need those first adopters and the people who will tag on quickly and the main. Yeah, exactly. That's what you need. You need those ambassadors, the people that jumped on board first. You need to reward them, and that's exactly what Nintendo did. Here are 10 great games to go along with the system. Thank you for buying it early. Here are 10 games to go with it. All right, 10, 20? How many?
20.
20.
Yeah, 10 NES and 10 GBA. Yeah,
yes,
it's pretty serious.
Yes. That was awesome. That was the whole Nintendo Mini thing. Like, here, we love you back. And I mean, it's business, but that was a smart move, because as salty as you and I felt for buying it at the higher price, we didn't feel salty for getting a whole crap load of games that might have cost like $50 a piece back when they were released. So I could take it. And I was a fan of the system. You see how many I got.
The only thing that I don't like about Nintendo is that they keep changing their eShop, so I can't migrate those games with me.
Yeah, that.
Look, out of the big three, being Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, I am so glad that I stick with Xbox, because they have the biggest catalog of backwards compatible games. Look, I don't want to have to buy a game twice. I don't. And then they do the what is it? Smart delivery. So you get the next gen. It upgrades for you. Like, boom, no questions asked, no extra money, none of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're still fighting an upward battle.
That would be nice. It's an upward battle for the Xbox though, because they don't exist in Japan.
Yeah,
at all.
Exactly.
It's just the Sony option if you're a hardcore gamer, and the casual/family option if you're a Nintendo player. What is Xbox for? Who is it for? Why do you want
America?
It's for the Americans. For Americans, you can have it. Japanese don't even care. They do not care about Xbox at all. You don't see it in the convenience store. You don't see it. I mean, you do see it at. You wouldn't see it at Book Off.
You have to see it in Akiba. I mean, it has to be there.
You would see it in Akiba at an electronics store for like some kind of maniacs. I don't want the Japanese option. Give me the American. The Japanese don't even say that.
No, that it's funny, because I feel like that's one of the few countries that would say that. Like, we don't want to be like the Americans. We want to be like ourselves. There's very few countries that say that. Everybody else is like, oh, we want to buy American clothing, we want to buy American electronics, we want to buy American this, American that. Japanese are like, no, we want to stay Japanese.
Exactly.
We want to stay Japanese.
We want to play, right? In Japanese.
We.
Yeah, like the even with automobiles as well though. Like American, I'm trying to remember how the order of this. It's like Americans make cars that look European. Japanese make cars that look Japanese make cars that kind of look European too. It's like when Japanese buy a foreign car, it's usually a European one, like the BMW, the Mercedes. Like, it has so much kind of more name value. If they buy an American car, like, what are they going to do with it here? The roads are narrow. And Mercedes versus GM, like, okay, obviously Mercedes has a higher name value. Like, they try to make their cars look like European cars, basically. If you look at the grille design. But.
I mean, if I have the option of buying an American made or a Japanese made car, Japanese all the way.
For economic all the reasons way. Or for style reasons? Or both?
Economics, a little bit of style, but also longevity.
Yeah, Yeah, that goes back into economics. Yeah, like
I mean, it funnels back in, but specifically that I'm not gonna have to do much maintenance. Just have to keep it oiled up, keep all the fluids right, and the thing is gonna run. If I have to choose between American-made trucks or Japanese trucks, American all the way. They have a longer track record making trucks. Farming, I mean, and in Japan, they had, they made like smaller trucks to get through those narrower ways. Like the 3-wheel truck with the little flatbed. That's great. But America is like, they had to do a whole lot with a whole lot of land, and it's just they have the bigger track record. I'm going to trust an American truck versus a Japanese truck. Not to say that Toyota trucks and that they're not good or whatever, but I just feel like, the American truck might break down more. Honestly and truly,
it will.
It might break down more, but
repairing.
I just feel like it'll be better in the long run.
You might be right. I don't think I know anybody that would buy a European truck.
Right? European? No, I mean, not at all.
For what? I mean, American trucks that kind of image the Bronco, like I don't even know Broncos made by an American car company, but that's basically it. If you want the economic cost performance, in Japan they call it COSPA. Cost performance, COSPA. I don't know what you guys call it in the States.
COSPA.
Yeah, cost / performance, like that ratio. Then you're gonna go with the Japanese option. If you want like muscle looking car, then you buy the American option. You're gonna buy American. Luxury, you buy the European, Italian, Ferrari, Maybach, all of that.
Jeez.
So it's very clear, at this point. But if we're still on this topic of disruption, let me ask about smart truck versus the plain Jane truck. What Tesla is offering in the States is a lot more data, right? They're doing that behind the scenes, but you're collecting so much data on every single person in the supercharger, whatever, Tesla network. You're getting all that data on these people, and that is adding so much more value to the equation, right? If you got a Ford truck, the person is just driving it. Like they have an onboard computer, but it's not like it's connected to some kind of network with driving characteristics of each person and collecting all their body data, everything,
Wait.
And the Europeans don't have an option there at all, right? But my question is, as a consumer, do you have any qualms? And maybe Americans have the least qualms, I don't know, with giving up your data into the system.
Americans definitely have the least qualms with that. So the thing about it is that, so I don't mean to cut you off, but
no, this is for you, for the audience.
The oh my goodness, the supercharger network is opening up to other vehicles that are not Tesla, because they're having the adapters on them. So you have to wonder how much data they're collecting from vehicles that are not Tesla also. They might just become like, okay, this person came to this charging network and they charged for this long, and then they went to this other one so many miles away. That type of thing. And even that is a whole lot of data that you're just like, really giving up.
Right, you're collecting some kind of data on how much juice a car took on. You may or may not know what kind of car it is, but no, you probably would collect at least that data, some kind of tokenized, like non-personal data. Just, we know that it's the type of vehicle it was. You know how much it juiced up. They'll
probably have to collect it all the way down to the VIN now.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's
you got the VIN, then
that's public knowledge, really. So I mean, the reason why you would collect it down to the VIN is because the VIN holds all the information on the car, the make, model, trim, and even the color of the vehicle. So if they're saying, okay, this this what is it? Ford. Is it 150? I think it's a 150.
Ford
the Ford F-150 Lightning is an all-electric Ford.
Yes, right.
So it's like, okay, this blue Ford F-150 Lightning came to this charger, and then 3 days later they visited a charger 15 miles away, or something like that. So it was like, okay, well, they're using the network.
Yes.
All right, let's see when they're charging up, how they're charging up. And Americans usually don't have a whole lot of issues clicking I accept to the terms and conditions of this.
Okay.
Just
shut
up. I want to get through it. Go. Me, I'm starting to look into it a little bit more because so many people are getting just stuff stolen, like data stolen. I've heard of people getting their EBT benefits stolen. Like, people are just stealing. It's like, why?
Getting cold
Chill out.
right off the top, just like lions. You look at the wildebeest and they're running there in the stampede, and just calls them off the back. Here, I'm good.
I see the weak ones. And that's what it comes down to. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not just throwing straight data out there. Like, my daughter, she now has an account for Xbox Live, or not Xbox Live, but she has an account on my Xbox so that she can play the 2 video games that I got her for Christmas. And I'm there like 80% of the time with her, looking right over her shoulder. And I don't want her data to get out there, that she's talking to somebody random, and they're asking her, oh, well, where do you live? And boom, like, things like that. I feel like we do need to protect.
I mean, that's all. We give that stuff away for free most of the time. Here's our time. We pay our time. We don't expect the company to give us money for it. We just expect them to allow us to use their device, whatever it is.
Their service.
Yeah. It's even, it's interesting. There's a game I'm playing on the Switch right now. It's a kanji game, and it reminds me of Mario Kart on the mobile phone. Have you played it?
No.
It's basically trash, but
that's what I heard.
As you're playing it, you cannot tell whether or not the people that you're facing are real or they're Sims.
Oh no.
Right? And the reason why you can't tell is because their names all sound like some name that somebody made up. We really didn't care whether the other people are actually playing. It's just like, you see the names, you want to beat that person. But it could be a bot, right? And if you were just a little bit faster, you could beat the bot. This is the way that it is in the kanji game, and it's the way that it is in Mario Kart. If you make the right moves and let off the brakes and speed through and do your dash at the right time, I mean, you could beat the bots that you're playing against, and then that moves you up to another rank where you can face slightly harder opponents, but they might be real, they might not be real. But either way, your inputs are being, collected by the software developers, and then they're learning a little bit more about the way that you think, and then that's supposed to be used to
feeding it to the bots so they get better.
I don't know. Yeah. You're beating the bots, yeah. How well do you beat the bots? This goes back to X-Men. Think about that. Back on the Fox TV show, like, they had the simulation room where these guys are just going in there trying to beat the enemies.
The DEFCON room?
Yeah.
Was that DEFCON?
Is that what it's called?
I think.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
the audience too. I mean,
there's that. There's Star Trek. A holodeck.
The holodeck.
Yeah, where they basically looks like squares. So it's just like yellow square when you walk in there.
Yeah.
It's a grid pattern, yellow on black. And then it's like, okay, computer simulation XYZ 9929er, and then everything changes. Like, the heck? Okay, now beat the Kobayashi Maru. Like, what the heck? Yeah.
Yep. And it's basically no different from a real life experience. As far as you know, your senses are telling you it's real, right?
Yeah.
I was asking a doctor about that yesterday. Same idea. You know, he does pediatric surgery, and he was like, basically, I was saying, how would you like to prepare for that surgery? You know, he wanted to do a new type of surgery from the lungs going in rather than going from behind the belly button. I said, okay. How do you prepare for that type of surgery? Well, it's done currently on adults, but it's very rare for children. Why? Because their lungs are usually in a better condition than adults are. You know, we have lung disease, smokers, and so on, right? But for kids, maybe it's some kind of asthma or bronchitis or something like a cyst that they happen to have, like a congenital disease. So I said, well, how do you prepare for that? Well, you know, you have to run the simulation in your mind, like, imagine it. But if you had an actual model there, would that be better? Would it be better to do a software simulation using the forceps, or would it be better to just feed all this data about previous surgeries into an AI, and then have that AI give you a simulation where you can run through it? And that's where we're going. Multimodal this year, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's been talked about for a very long time. Doing surgeries so that when a doctor is on vacation, they can still technically be on call, and then they can be operating halfway around the world using Wi-Fi and a controller.
Okay. Actual doctor. I was
actual doctor.
When you said that, I was like, so they collect the doctor's data and then let his avatar do the surgery, or have the
please no.
With an Xbox controller.
But I mean, even that gets to be a little hairy, because what if your Wi-Fi signal is just trash?
Like,
that just makes everything crazier. But going forward, I just have a little thing here. Resolve to dissolve, evolve, and revolve.
Resolve to dissolve, evolve, and revolve.
Yes.
Is that a question for the chat crew? Because everybody is lined up, man. They're bearing their cross.
See, those guys are coming in, and we appreciate that for real.
We're rolling in, everybody. This is the whole crew not the whole crew, but this is a good contingent from over on TPC Japan. So it's good to see everybody showing that love on it cross culture.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what's going on? Danger room. That's what it was called. Thank you.
The danger room. Yeah. I was going to jump back to that too.
Yes.
The danger room.
All right, but to resolve, dissolve, evolve, revolve, I can't even say it straight. How you want me to cut this?
Resolve to dissolve, evolve, and revolve. So this is talking about the New Year's resolutions, you know. So you resolve to do something. So this is my suggestion to everybody.
Oh.
Yeah. Resolve to dissolve. Bad situations, bad people out of your life. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fast, but you're going to need to dissolve them out, you know, little by little, you know, throwing more water on it. Dissolve them out. Yeah. Put some space between you. You know? Resolve to evolve. That means those good situations, those good fellowships, those good friendships, those good places that you go to. Evolve those, step forward with those, get those. And by doing that, it's going to be easier to dissolve those bad ones, because you're spending your time at a different place. You're in a different space.
You evolved into a different beast.
Into a different beast. Chill out.
I know how you got me last time I mentioned beast.
The last thing is probably the most important. Resolve to revolve. And that's to keep you grounded around one central idea. Just as we revolve around the sun, you need to be revolving around that central idea. So for me, it's going to be
the cross.
Bible.
Okay.
Yeah. Good book, my relationship with God. Revolving around that will make sure that I'm not getting into these bad situations. Even if I think that they're good, I got to check it against a good book. I'm like, you know what? It's actually not the best thing for me. Revolve around your central idea. Make sure that whatever your main goal is, that every single other smaller goal that you have throughout the year plays a part towards.
It's in line with that.
Yes.
Otherwise, you might lose your orbit, right?
You might gonna fly off into the
right? Like, oh no, that's it. Bring it back in. Right? I mean,
oh gosh.
Look, you better stay connected. Right? You
Better
revolve around that mic. You better revolve around that microphone. Don't get too far out there because your voice will be lost. All right.
Mercy, God.
Okay. You can only experience this, folks, on the YouTube, IG live version. You gotta see what's going on here, right?
Yes.
What's the best way to stay connected, man, so we don't get out of orbit? That's a question.
Best way to stay connected?
Yes.
Across culture? Look. I just had somebody recently hit me on IG and start following me. I'm gonna start picking that back up.
Get over there.
Out there on TikTok. But the best way, the best way is YouTube, because I'm starting to just go live randomly because I don't like editing and doing all of that. Just talking to everybody and just getting it. I like that. Just get it. Boom. And that's it. Hit live and that's it.
yo, you understand? I was there a couple of years ago and you're like, yo, you should be on this platform, on that platform, and doing all this extra. I was like, man, it's so much work. You remember like my long reform stuff in the past? I'm sitting up there working on this stuff, and then I got a view. I got one. It takes like 5 days to get it there. No, just turn on the camera, go, press play. Like, extra editing is not even like for what?
Not great. Yeah.
What you want to connect to?
But now you got the short form stuff. I feel like it's worth it to edit it down. From a minute and 30 seconds to a minute. Yeah. That's not too bad. So I'm throwing out little TikToks every so often.
Drop the toys.
Definitely hit the YouTube. I mean, if you just want to hear my voice, if that's the type of thing that you into, you just want to hear the voice, then definitely catch us on Spotify, man. Definitely catch us on Spotify. But we can't interact with you too much on Spotify. We can ask you, how did you like the show? And we have a little poll there, but we really want to hear from you. Want you guys to be part of it while it's happening. Or hit the bell icon so you know what's going on. TVC Japan definitely just had study session happening this past week.
You peeped that,
and it was serious. It was serious, and he went live on YouTube and Instagram. All right, I'm just saying, if you want to get in with space and everything that has to offer, that's on IG. That's on IG mainly. And you got some stuff going on YouTube as well. So it looked like YouTube is a common denominator. I'm just saying. Saying.
That's the thing. Like the live, if you want to go back to the live show, you come on over here on YouTube. Man, you can check it out, right? If you want to catch it while it's actually happening and just talk to me as we're going in with the study session, then go over there on IG. And everybody in IG, like I can see folks just signing in right away. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, what's going on? Right? It's fun. It's great. It's nice to be connected. It's not like we got masks and everything and COVID disconnecting us anymore. So the world has changed a little bit. So going into 2024, we're gonna stay connected, and we're gonna raise the quality for those shorts. All right, and and for the live shows, I mean, this should look a little clearer because this is 1080p, right? This is 1080p. That's what we're trying to do. Right? 1080p. It's better video than before. You don't see no freezing for good reason. It's that season.
Hey.
Yeah, don't stop
Already
believing.
know. Well, the show has been a little bit longer. But we gotta say, until next time, stay prayed up and be blessed. What you gotta tell them?
Oh, I was just leaving that comment right there in the chat. Good to see everybody. Go ahead and leave a comment in the actual static comments after the show, so that you can get in the sweepstakes and get your bread or your dough or whatever good things is going to happen at number 100. We're getting closer. All right.
Yeah.
Episode
no, number 101.
Yeah, 101.
Because 100 is the last chance that you have to enter.
Yes.
But we're going to do everything big on 101. All right.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a bonanza.
Yes.
Folks,
we got so much in store for y'all this year. Like, y'all don't know. There's a lot in the pipe works. All right. So we ask that you get in with us while you can. Okay.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you got to say. All right. Other than that, it's your boy TPZ Japan. Tell you that's what it is. Go ahead and get yourself a pen and a pad. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
Peace.